Great, so hey, we're at the top of Scout. There's an existing low off here which we're going to use for this line. I've identified a new route. So this line is going to climb to the right of the HVS crack, and what we're going to do is identify just roughly the line of the climb. You want to climb it, make sure it works, make sure it goes as a route, and then we're sort of, right, that's where the line's going to go. So I've identified here that this is going to be a good spot to be sort of hanging on whilst I'm sort of clipping and placing the bolt. Okay, a little bit of scaling work sometimes needs to happen. Make sure all the holes are bomber and sorted, and I've made sure that it's sort of nicely in line with the route and the bolts, so there's nothing way off to one side when you're just clipping it up as a sports line. All right. So once you've identified the location of your bolt, you know, we want them nicely spaced like a climbing wall. We're not here to create scare fests. So here's roughly where I think the bolt should go. So we need to be testing the rock to see how good the rock is. And a little tap with a hammer tells a huge tale. So hopefully you can hear that, and what you're looking for is that solid rock rather than the dull or high pitch sort of fractured rock we don't want to be bolting to. So what we're looking for is any sort of pre-existing crack, staying away from them, and a rule of thumb is sort of an old school telephone with your fingers, and sort of trying to stay away from existing bolts or sort of any crack lines with that sort of telephone distance there. So we've got an 18mm bit in, and we're looking at going in about 1.5 inches. We're also looking about being 90 degrees to the surface of the rock in all directions. We've got safety spectacles and earplugs in. One of the classic mistakes with an SDS drill is to push too hard. In the back of there's a piston that moves up and down to hammer action that drill bit backwards and forwards, chipping away at the rock. You push too hard, the hammer action doesn't give enough distance, and you lose the efficiency of the drill. So we've got to our depth. We now need to just give the resin something to key to. So again, this resin doesn't stick to rock, it doesn't stick to the bolt. What happens is the mechanical adhesion that we're looking for. So mechanical adhesions, if you've got lots of keyhole shape in the back of that hole where it's rough, and it allows the resin just to lock in place, and it's that locking in place and setting super hard that means the bolt doesn't move, not the fact that it's stuck to the rock necessarily. We're countersinking the bottom of the first vertical bar into the rock. The other thing that I do whilst I'm here is just a quick blow off of any dust on the crucial holes. Grab our bolt, double check it fits in. Nice. So now we need to see that hole perfectly clean. We need to be doing a brush, blow, brush, blow, and then now for irrigation. Getting that hole nice and clean. One for me, one for the hole. Stay hydrated. So now we've got a clean hole in there. with our brush we can just draw out as much, not as much of a problem on a steep route with overhangs, but certainly on a slab we need to draw out as much of that water as we can with a brush. There we go. Then we're in with our rag. So swap sides. It's feeling quite dry in there. Okay. Then I clip separately the bolt. Every one of these is ever so slightly different, so do make sure it fits in the hole before you run away and leave it for the resin. Okay, so I'll have that in the back there, just gently drying it out, and that little bit of blue allows us to be able to abseil really quickly down to the next bolt when we're gluing, because when we're gluing we've only got about 5 minutes of workable time with the resin before it sets in the tip. Okay, we're all good to glue that one up.